In this video, we finish the flow plan and take it from basic to fully professional. We'll start by creating a smart door that resizes itself and cut its own openings. Then we'll draw all the furniture, set up clean text and dimensions, then make grid bubbles and apply one trick setup change that makes the plan instantly look professional and plot into a Titleblock PDF. This is part 2 of the series. If you want to see how the walls were built, part 1 is linked below. Let's start with the smart door. We have 10 doors of different sizes, but we'll make only one and do some magic for the rest. Make the door layer current, so just like windows, we can turn them off later. Select line, draw wall thickness 230, enter. Select offset 900 for door width, offset right. Those two lines should be a wall like this. So select them and take them to the wall layer. Now for the cutting feature, select rectangle, click diagonally. Click the arrow beside draw and select wipe out. Select polyline, click our rectangle and select yes. We need the walls on top, so select the wipe out, click modify, draw other and send to back. Let's draw this door frame and panel. It's a bit tight to draw here. Let's move the object inside the room so we have a clear space to work. This is why pros usually build blocks outside the block plan first. Select rectangle, click type 50, press tab 100, enter. Type CO, which is shortcut for copy, enter, and copy the frame to the left. Hit escape. Move the other frame to the right. To easily make the door swing, click arc drop down, choose start, center, end. Click the start, the center, and the end. For the door panel, select rectangle, click endpoint of the frame, width 50, length, just click endpoint of the arc. Our door's done. Now let's make it a block. Click create here, name it door, then select object, select everything, hit enter. You can see it up here, it got selected. Lastly, pick a base point. Click the end of the wall, leave everything like mine and hit OK. Now if we drop it on the wall, we have a problem. We are getting these faint lines from the wipe out frame. Even in the layout tab, if you turn and align it, which you can find here on the customization, those lines show up. We could edit the block in block editor, but that takes too many clicks. The fastest fix, just hit undo a few times to bring it back to single objects like this. Now select the wipeout frame, select the wipeout, click the grip, pull it down 50 mm. Do it for all 4 sides. Now we have to create the block again. So click create, name it door, select object, pick base point, and OK. Place it on the wall. Perfect. No faint lines, and even the layout looks clean as well. So back to our drawing. Now we got our door. We smartly copy the rest. I will start by copying these 3 doors. Select door, copy, pick endpoint, drop in the kitchen, laundry, and the foyer. Move into place. This door is a mirrored copy of our door. So select door, mirror, select mid of wall, point left, no to erase. We get it. This door, however, is a rotated copy of our original door. So select our door, rotate, click in this space, select copy option at the bottom, rotate 90 degrees up, move it in place. But entrance door is the biggest in a house, and right now all our doors are same size. We need this door to be changing size like this. Here is how to do it. Double click the door and select OK. This is the block editor. We are doing just 4 simple things. First, click parameter, then linear. Click the 2 opening width points. Drop the label at the middle. Second, click action, select stretch, select parameter, pick this point, draw a frame, Select object inside the frame, but we don't want the arc selected. So hold shift and deselect the arc. Press enter. Now we can test the block. Select the block, test it. The opening stretches, but the frame and arc don't. That's okay. Close test block. The third thing is to give stretch action. Again, select stretch, click parameter, point, frame the top panel. For the object, select the top inside the frame. Again, hold on shift and deselect the arc. Press enter. Now if we test it, the frame moves weirdly. Let's fix that. Close the test block. Select the new stretch icon, the one we just made. Right click and go to properties. Change angle offset to 90. Let's test again. The opening and panel stretches correctly, but the arc is stuck. Close test block. Finally, the fourth one is to select scale. Select our parameter, click the arc, press enter. Let's test the block. Just perfect. You can stretch it to any size. Close test block, close block editor, save changes, and I will close the properties palette. Now when I select the door, I can stretch it to any size I want. Let's make it 1000. The door opens to the right here, so select the mirror, click the midpoint, point up, click yes to erase source. Select the door, copy it to the toilet, but it opens to the master suite. Select the mirror, click the midpoint, point right, click, then select yes. It's on top of the wall. Select the door, right click, draw order and bring to front. Now do for this toilet, select door, copy it here. It's too big. Use the grip to stretch it down to 700. Lastly, for our toilet door. Select this toilet door, copy it here first, then use the grip to drop it onto the wall. Then select the door, click on the grip, right click it, select rotate, point down and click. Then use move to center it. In less than 3 minutes, we will load the wardrobes, sofa, bed and all the rest of the furniture, starting with these wardrobes and kitchen cabinet. First, change the layer to something white. I'll go with plumbing. Select offset, distance 450, enter. Offset these walls inside like that. Press enter when you're finished. Now for this wall extension in the foyer, the doors are in my way and that's why we use this. I'll just turn the door layer off. Move the opening by 450 and stretch it down. If you miss how we create these layers or the opening in part 1, the link is in the description. For this neat corner intersection, select fillet, click those two lines to clean the corner for our cabinet. Repeat for the master suite. Turn door layer back on now. Let's focus on the kitchen. And I can see I forgot this door. So I will select this door, copy it to the side, rotate it up, move it back in place, move the window slightly if it clashes. For these edges of the cabinet, select offset, choose true, offset this one here and this one here. Use flip to cut the rest. For the kitchen island, select offset, select true option, offset this to 900. For the others, align with the edges of the door. Use flat with multiple options. Flat those to clean the four corners. You get this. For the sofa, here is the trick. Select rectangle, click width 2400, press tab, depth 850. Select offset, distance 150, enter. Offset inside, select the inside rectangle, click the middle group, pull it down to the midpoint. Hit escape. We only need one. That's the only one we'll be making. To make this sofa, select the sofa we just make. Select rotate, click copy option, point down, click, select the one we copied, move it, turn auto mode off to position. This is a mirrored copy. Select this, select mirror, click midpoint, point left, auto mode on, click and select no. Now to make these two beds in 45 seconds, select rectangle, For the queen's bed, width should be 1370. Press tab. The length should be 1900. Press enter. For the king size bed, width 1830. Press the tab. Length 2030. And if you are watching from this year, well, hi. Press enter. For the pillows, select rectangle 760. Press tab. 510. Press enter. Move it slightly up. Mirror a copy. Select the pillow. Copy one set to the single bed. And there we have it, our furniture. I'm really excited for the text. Here it is. First, make the text the current layer. Click the text drop down and select multi-line text. Make a box and name it bedroom. It will come out tiny, so select it. Right click and properties. Change the text height to 200 and close the palette. Copy it to this bedroom and this bathroom. Rename this to bath and copy it to these two baths and the rest of the places. Go ahead and rename the dining, kitchen, living, laundry, and foyer. Lastly, copy and rename it to entry ports. For the dimension, we are going to make only the overall width and length of the building. First, make dimension the current layer. Click the annotate drop down and we have like 9 changes to make, and indeed we can. To understand why we need to make the change, I will first select linear dimension, click the edges of the building, then drop it. Here is the problem. The arrows, text and everything are too tiny. So to make the one change, click the annotate drop down, click dimension style, click modify, then be on the fit tab, and here it is. Check it and type 100, then hit OK. Now it's still like that, it hasn't updated. To update it, come to annotate tab and there is update. Select it, select our dimension and press enter. Or simply just delete it. Select linear dimension and redo the dimension. Select linear again and dimension the length of the building. To make this grid fade and evenly cut around the building before we make these bubbles, let's make the fade effect first. Click here to turn on all layers. The grids are too strong and compete with our walls. So let's reduce the transparency. Click layer properties. Go to reference layer. Change transparency to 50. Hit OK. To see the effect, make sure transparency is checked in the customization. Toggle it on and you see the difference instantly. Now to cut the lines to match the spacing of the left and top, make a rectangle from center top right to center bottom left. Use offset through option. Offset the rectangle to this endpoint and enter. Select boundary edge, click the rectangle, enter, and trim the unwanted lines. Hit enter. Delete the two rectangles. The grid lines are solid, but they should be dashed like this. Go to layer properties, reference line, click line type. Select this dash. If missing, click load. Load one, pick it and OK. Looking great. Yes, they are. Here is why. You use them to dimension from the wall center accurately. If I turn them off, I will just be guessing. I will turn them back on. To make the grid bubbles, all we need is one. And let's make bubble 1. Change layer to something like a electrical. Select cycle, radius 300. Select end text, type 1. Select it, right click, properties. Change height to 200. Change the justification to middle center. Close the palette. Use the text middle group and move it. Make sure center or snap is checked. Just touch the cycle and click in the center. Now select the bubble, copy, turn on quadrant, click the lower quadrant and drop it on the endpoint. And continue clicking for all the rest of the 6 bubbles. To edit them fast, type text edit, click it, rename this to 2 and rename them up to 6. When you are done, Select them, select copy, and copy to the bottom. Copy one here, rename it to A, copy A to the rest. Double click and edit them, or use my text edit command to rename them easily. Hit enter when you are finished. Select them and copy them to the right. Grid system drawings looking gorgeous. Here is how pros take a plan from beginner to professional. Select layer properties, click wall, change line weight to 0.7 mm. Turn on line weight in the status bar. That one change makes a huge difference. Walls are the heroes of your floor plan and nothing should ever compete with them. But some of our furniture are on the wrong layer. Here is how to fix it. Select match properties, click the correct layer, this sofa for me, then paint over the cabinet and the wardrobes. Enter when you are done. The furniture is too bold, let's soften it. Layer properties, select plumbing, change color to gray. Look at that. Walls are thickest, furniture grayed out, grid are at 50% opacity. Let's set up to plot our PDF. We will scan the drawing, fill the title block, and make that PDF. Click the layout tab. Here is our plan with a title block which we got from selecting AutoCAD tutorial template. First thing is to double click inside the plan. If locked, unlock it. Pan to the center. Let's set a scale to 1:40 and it fits pretty good. Pan it to the middle. Now to fill the title block, double click the panel, change design by to e-tutorials, the name of the channel. Let's change one more thing. Double click it again, select checked by, change it to you, the viewers. If I made a mistake and you don't comment, it's on you. You can fill the rest if you want. Everything is looking good for me. Finally, right click the layout and select plot. Make this one change. Change printer to DWG to PDF.pc3. Let's preview it. Looking amazing. I will right click and exit the preview. Ensure your settings matches mine, especially transparency. Click OK, take it to document, save as best plan method, and save. I'll plug the PDF in background. Always save your files often. It's done. Let's go see it. Here it is in my document folder. I will open it. Everything looks solid and our title block with our names are here. If you use Adobe Reader, click layers. You can toggle on the door layers on or off. You can also turn them all off. And if you like, turn them back on. That is professional. I will close the PDF for now. A 15 plus hour free AutoCAD course is dropping soon, and there is nothing else like it on YouTube. If you miss it, you'll regret it. So make sure to subscribe. And best way to close AutoCAD, double click the big A.